Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be the third video to conclude my Bleach update. So guys, there is a big update coming for part 4, which will start on July 4th. Now this is the focus on celebrating the Anime Expo. Now like I mentioned before in my previous two videos, Bleach is getting a major lift. Like for an example, we might see an extension of the Bleach episodes in the anime, which could be up to like 25 episodes, indicating that they want to do something very special for Core 4. Also, not to mention that we might get the novels, the Fear Forever With You novels and Hearts Are Forever With You novels become more canon, which they could be involved into the Bleach anime itself, as well as the One Drop Hell arc manga, which could be a conclusion into the entire Bleach anime itself. And like I said, we might get a longer extended fight between Yhwach and Ichigo, the final fight between them two. And also, like I said, we might get more backstories on the Quincy lore. Like I said, there was something that Tite Kubo mentioned in the past, indicating that the Quincy's, when they die, especially they normally go back to Yhwach, but due to the fact that Yhwach will become the replacement of the Soul King, spoiler alerts for manga fans, for Bleach anime watchers only, you could skip this part so that way you may not know what's gonna happen. But like I said, what's cool, I'm gonna find it more interesting, is that the fact that we're gonna see the Quincy history from a different perspective. Because what happens when the Quincy passed, now that Yhwach is now the Soul King? And like I said before in my previous video, what influence Yhwach is gonna have now that he's the Soul King? Because is the royal guards are gonna listen to him? And the Oaken, I feel the Okens that the royal guards have a direct connection to the seal that also keeps the Soul King at bay. Even though it was very easier for it to be shattered by having the person to have Quincy, human, full bling, Shimigami, and all these combinations, I feel as if there's more history that's gonna drop, and I wish they could make this happen where we could get the real voice of the Soul King. We haven't heard how he sounds like at all. We only got flashbacks from him when he was in the Primordial Sea, and I think we're gonna get more backstories. And I think, like I said, the Curse of the Father Part 2 also is within the video as well, indicating that the Soul King will, by Yhwach absorbing his father, he's also now bound to the same this was one of the stage process of Ichibe, what he was waiting for. I feel as if Yhwach was tricked without him realizing him, because it felt like, just like the Soul King has precognition, I think also Ichibe has some sort of divine sense where he knew this was going to happen. That's why he had everything set in place. Like for an example, having Ichigo take upon the test of the Hurari Sendo, and also by having all these things put together, he knew Yhwach had the chance to harm his father and absorbing him, to the point where the Soul King was still alive. It's just that now he got absorbed by his own son, and he was able to produce all of those eyes, creating the new Soul King out of it. But in the same breath, he also knows that there's a precursor, because if Yhwach really wanted to destroy the 3 realms, he could have. But what he did instead, he created a new palace on top of the original royal palace, which means that so long those royal palaces exist, the royal guards also exist. And I think, like I said before, in the Hell arc, we might get something to the position where, is Squad Zero gonna turn evil? due to the fact that Yhwach is now the Soul King, and now Ichigo was once fighting side by side with the Royal Guards, but now it almost feels as if they're gonna be like anti-heroes. Like, I have a weird feeling, because if they're doing the chain of commands and that everything that the Soul King says or do, they have to follow it, and Yhwach is now the Soul King, Ichibe will still have to listen to the new Soul King. Even if it's like telepathically, I'm not sure how that would work. But like I said, the first time we saw the Soul King, it seems like the speech patterns that the Soul King has, Yhwach as well as the especially Ichibe knows what he was. And also the connection between the Hell arc. We saw that Aizelapolo got a new transformation in the Hell arc, and that the only people we're waiting on is to see the old captains such as Yamamoto and Unohana, and that their influence in the Hell arc, due to the fact they did the Kansei Renso, or the blessing for them to go to Hell. And the original captains, where did they go? I feel as if the reason why those original captains died was due to the influence of Central 46, and I will get more into that in the future, but that's some things that I had planned that I think that will make sense for you guys. Also, like I said, now that Yhwach is the new Soul King at the end of the core, what will conspire? Like I said before, none of the other squad zero members know that the Soul King's great sin was that the Shimigami noble families was the cause of Adonai's pain and suffering, becoming the Soul King. And then the Oken, when you think of it, the Oken is actually the sin that's carry on into each Squad Zero member, because they carry that mark of burden to seal the Soul King itself as well. So, like I said, in a weird predicament, the Soul King's son is now suffering the same fate as his father. But the way the influence will go is, because Ichigo has a new son, he has a child, I feel the person that's controlling Kazui, or unknowingly, is Ichibe, Yhwach, and how Yhwach is controlling him from all the way where he is. And I feel as if Yhwach is gonna come back in some capacity. He's not gonna be like a mindless dummy, because I feel as if, and that's another thing too, do we feel as if the Shrifts, did they disappear now that he's gone? Like, those are many questions, but I'm gonna leave it there. I'll see you guys in the future. Like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys for more Bleach news later on, guys. Bye bye.